Hello everyone, so obviously I've been YouTubing for a few months now, and obviously you should all know by now the purpose that I created my channel was to share my story, experience, journey, whatever you want to call it, about my condition and life on the waiting list. So I was thinking about doing a more lighter, funny video, like maybe a challenge, but then I thought I might save that for another time, because I actually just realised the other day it's actually coming up to a year and a half I've been on the waiting list, which is not ideal, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like I could talk for ages, but then as soon as I'm like in camera and just, yeah, anyway. So yeah, I wish I could be sat here saying I'm a year and a half post-transplant, which means I'm a year and a half into recovery, but unfortunately I'm not, and I just feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm just trying to find things to do with my time, things to fill my time, like other than Netflix, because don't get me wrong, we love a good Netflix and chill day, but it's not very productive, and I just feel like I'm not really getting much out of life at the moment. I mean, 21 years old, I feel like there's so many things I should be doing and want to do, so many places I should be going, or even just having a job. I feel like that's something that most 21-year-olds should be doing, even if it's just a standard 9 to 5, that's what I should be doing, or having some sort of job, just to, you know, have some sort of routine, obviously have the money, and, you know, just, you know, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say, but it's just, and I just can't, and I feel like I'm stuck in like this trap where I want to get out but I can't, and it's just so infuriating. And oh my god, I feel like I'm watching everybody's life from a distance, you know, travel, uni, work, you name it, all getting on with it, and I'm just sat here just waiting for a phone call, and it's just the most infuriating thing. And after I've had it, I just can't wait to just get out there and just do everything I wanted to do, but at the same time it's just waiting and hanging on. And because I'm a rare blood group, I'm actually blood group B, and I have read some statistics saying that there's 10% of the British population have that blood group, and that's all very well saying that, but then you think, how many of those are actually registered? I know in Wales they have the opt-out instead of opt-in, but as for England, Scotland, who, I don't even know, I just don't know, and I don't even know what my radius is. I don't know if they're just looking in London, or whether they're looking, you know, in the south of the country, or whether they're looking all over the country. I don't know, and I've been on the priority list now for coming up to 6 months, so, you know, it's just, yeah, and I just feel like, you know, I think my biggest fear as well is when I finally get the call, whenever that will be, that I will be too ill. And I know you can all sit here and say, I'm 21, I'm young, I've got my whole life ahead of me, but, you know, I'm not as well as other 21-year-olds should be, you know, and I get worried that, you know, I'll just go more and more downhill, as I already have in like the last month and a bit, whatever, and I just worry that I'll keep going downhill, and then, as I say, by the time I get the call, they'll be like, you're not well enough for this surgery, and that scares me to death. But then again, I would say the biggest thing is to just, like, obviously it sucks and everything, but I think, and yeah, don't get me wrong, I have days where I just sit there and want to cry about it, because I think, why me? Why was I the unlucky one? Like, why was I chosen to have this horrible thing? And it's not even like, you know, because I grew up a lot of my life feeling isolated, because I was the only person I knew who had it. I mean, now I know people have the same condition, but even then, I don't know them personally. You know, I just know them through a website, or, you know, just because we're on the same website, or, you know, I've just heard about them through people. Do you know what I mean? I don't know any of them personally, and it's just, I just feel like the people I do know personally, like, I'm not saying they're like not supportive, but that's one thing I'm really grateful for about this whole thing. My friends and family have all been really supportive and understanding, but at the same time they can't relate, they can only empathise. And it's just like, I feel so isolated because I'm the only one who I know, really, who has this condition. And everybody else my age and it doesn't, and you think, why is life so unfair? Why can't I be healthy and normal and well like all of my friends and just be on a job, be travelling, you know, be in my last year of uni? But instead I'm just sat here, and it's just the most infuriating thing, and it's, oh, I just don't even know, like, and I don't mean to be waffle on and on and on, but I just feel like I needed to do this video just to get it out there, just to express to you guys how much this is just consuming my life. Like, I don't even know, like, oh, I mean, luckily I do have a few projects I'm working on, like, not of YouTube. In fact, one good thing is, recently I told you guys about Hive before, and so that's really good that I'm on there. But recently they're looking for volunteers to like review newsletters about different diseases and conditions, and I put myself forward, so I'm now doing that. So that's something good and productive, so well done there. And I'm thinking about creating a bucket list, like, and then of things I want to do, and then a scrapbook of things that I have done or ticked off my bucket list, which I haven't actually made out yet, but kind of got it in my head. So yeah, and the other thing I'm doing is it's my friend's birthday in a few weeks again. Hi Hannah, if you're watching. And so I'll start working that soon. Like, it was literally 2 o'clock last night, and I suddenly was like, I was just thinking about the month coming up, because obviously we're May now, and I was thinking, oh yeah, it's my friend Hannah's birthday, and I was like, what can I do for her, because she got me a really, really nice gift. I was thinking, I don't think I can match up to that. Not that it's about that, but you know what I mean? I just wanted to do something special. And then I was thinking, and then it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, oh, I know what I can do for her. So yeah, I'm going to move on with that. So unfortunately I can't say too much, because if she's watching, then, you know. But yeah, so, I mean, I do have things to work on, but it's just, even if I have things to work on and do a lot of the time, it's just finding the energy. Like, I'm not being funny, but my sleep pattern's completely out the window. I'm like insomniac at the moment, alright? I'm just an insomniac. Like, I would go to bed at 4, about 4, even later sometimes. I'll sleep through. In fact, it's a miracle I'm up now, because yesterday I was sleeping through to about 4 or 5, and then because I sleep through too late, that's why my sleep pattern's so fucked. And again, that all goes back to my condition. Like, my body isn't clearing out, my liver, my brain isn't, let me try that one again. My liver isn't sending messages to my brain to clear out the toxins in my body properly. So because of that, my sleep pattern's fucked. Like, completely out the window. So I didn't mean to swear. My sleep pattern's completely out the window. Yeah, and obviously I told you about my eating a few months ago, that I'm not digesting or processing food properly, because my body because it's having to work so much, it's unable to process food properly. And I'm not being funny, but I feel like I'm getting less enjoyment out of food. Like, I just feel like I'm eating it for the sake of it, it's because I have to. I feel like I'm getting less and less pleasure out of enjoying a good meal. Like, just the other day there was like, what was it? Oh, cauliflower cheese, that was it. And I really wanted some, but I was like, I can't eat that, because, and I do like it, but I was like, I can't eat that, because every time I eat anything too fatty or too dairy, it just makes me feel really ill and sick and nauseous, and there have been occasions where I've actually thrown up. So, and it's because my body can't break the fat down or process it properly. It's just really annoying. And even with me, food I like, I just feel like I'm eating it for the sake of it. I mean, there are still things I enjoy, and maybe it's just all my head, I don't know. But yeah, and it just feels like, not sure guys, if you guys heard that. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, everyone, as you can tell, it's a different time of day, and I'm now back wearing a different jumper because I feel the cold more easily, everything. So where was I? Oh yes, eating. Like, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy eating food and I still enjoy sitting down to a meal. I just don't feel like it's as pleasurable as it used to be. And that scares me because I worry that if my body's not processing food and I'm not enjoying it as much, then I'm just worried that I'll get to the point where my body's just gets weaker if it gets any worse, like processing or absorbing food, and that scares me. Yeah, I've completely, I was on a roll earlier and I've just lost everything I was going to say. I mean, there isn't really much more to say. I feel like I've said everything. In fact, I've probably repeated myself a fair few times in this video, but yeah, one thing I'm thinking of doing is like learning a new skill, just because I'm so sick of waiting, not feeling productive or useful in life. I feel like as human beings we feel like you have to have a purpose or some sort of productivity in our life, and I just don't feel like that's there at the moment. So no, I'm not going to do anything that involves too much memory, because my memory is just so. I mean, my long-term memory is great, like I remember things crystal clear from ages ago. My short-term memory is just horrific these days, and that's also, again, going back to my condition, how it's deteriorated and everything. So yeah, I mean, out of all of this, the most important thing I'd say really, pardon me, is that even though it sucks, and even though I wish it could be different, or even though I wish I could be post-transplant, I'm not. I'm still waiting, still hanging on, and I think the most important thing to remember is, even though it sounds like I've been really negative, and on the downer in this video, I just want to remind you all that the most important thing is to try and keep as positive outlook as you can. I'm not saying that's easy, in fact it's bloody difficult sometimes, but I just feel that it's the most important thing you can do for yourself, because if you get too upset or you start putting a damper on everything, or just even feeling sorry for yourself, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't feel sorry for myself sometimes, because I think anybody's entitled to. In fact, the doctors have even said to me, and the social workers there have even said to me, you're more than entitled to feel like sorry for yourself, because it is a really, you know, horrible situation. But I think the most important thing to remember is, even though it does suck, you just got to remember that it will get better. It's not going to be like this forever, hopefully. And I also think the most important thing, instead of thinking what you can't do, focus on what you can do. I found that's helped a lot, and it's certainly helped me get through a lot of things in this situation, you know. And I think if you try and keep an open mind and a positive mind, then certainly for the most part you'll be fine, and it helps if you've good supportive friends and family, which I do, which I'm very grateful for. So yeah, I think that's about everything. I'm sorry if this video has gone on a little bit. It's just I felt like I needed to get it out there. I'm sorry if it's been a bit ranty, but again, I feel like I needed to do this video, just, you know, because I feel like this is part of my experience, it's part of my journey. And you know, not everyone is in this experience in this situation. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody, God. But yeah, so that's all, I guess, really. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm sorry if it was a bit negative or like a bit ranty, but as I said, I feel like I need to do it. So yeah, do give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and appreciate any comments. And if you want to see more of me, then obviously subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!